If nothing feels fun anymore, the problem may not be your hobbies. The problem may be that in the service of achieving more, you've shut down your yuck yum system. That's something I know a lot about. As someone who's chased achievement all the way to a PhD at Stanford, I know what it's like to shut down my yuck yum system and become more achievement-oriented instead of feeling-oriented. I know what it's like to lose my joy, but I got it back, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Spoiler alert, it's not through overanalysis. It's through play and the body. Hi, I'm Dr. Ching Kao. On one hand, I have a PhD from Stanford in cognitive neuroscience. On the other hand, I'm a professional Latin ballroom dancer, owner of Firebeat Studios in Boston, and Embody Her in motion. I see this all the time in my studio. High-achieving women who have lost sense of their yuck yum. In the service of achievement, their brain has shut down sensing their experience. There's a lot of neuroscience to back that up. I made a video, and I'll link it below, about how your brain has muted signals that come from your body in the service of achievement. And one of the ways to bring your joy back is to turn back on your yuck yum system. We got to turn up the signals and make sure we're able to orient them so that they can guide you to what sparks joy in your life. Tip number 1, we're going to start using a lesser used sense to get in touch with our yuck yum. Let's start with the sense of smell. I don't know if you guys watched the Colbert Report, but he asked in a questionnaire to all these celebrities, what is your favorite smell and what is your least favorite smell? And you can see people light up because the olfactory system has direct links to your amygdala, which is the emotional processing center of your brain. It is a very fast, potent link to emotionality. I want you to take 2 items, a scent that you really, really love, and a scent that you really, really don't like. When you think of your favorite smell, maybe a newborn baby or a rose or something that you just absolutely delight in, I want you to actually smell it, like inhale it and savor it and just take time to smell it. And most people won't take the 10 seconds to really revel in a smell. And that is part of the reason why our yuck yum system starts to get muted. We don't take time to truly enjoy or take disgust in something. We kind of move on quickly, dissociate, and move on to the next thing. So take that time to really smell what you love and inventory how that makes your entire body feel. The joy, the softness, the safety, the excitement, whatever it is, get in touch with what yummy feels like for you. Similarly, take something really, really yucky, like really yucky if you have it with you. I have cats, the litter box, cat urine. I have kids, diapers. Our compost, that is the most disgusting smell. So I want you to take a big whiff, and I just want your whole body to recoil and be like, oh, it's just, oh, like gross, gross. You need to have these heightened awareness because this is your internal navigation system. When you encounter something that's not so obvious, a person, a situation, your radar needs to go off on whether this is something aversive to you or something that is going to spark joy for you. Getting in touch with this yuck yum system starts by taking one of your least used senses and try to map on the dichotomy of the yuck or yum. Tip number 2, I'm going to ask you to move with emotion, not with intention, with emotion. You are trying to strengthen the pattern, the association between your physical body and your emotional body. And then your mental body is aware of that link. So this is a very simple but powerful pairing. One, you're going to take a movement that you do very often in your life, every day, that is now perfunctory, that is very habitual. Going for a walk, walking the dog, going for a run, squats, something that you usually do to move your body, but in order to lock in, you have asked yourself to not feel that much. We want to take that repetitive movement and now start doing it with feeling. Number 2, you're going to pick an emotion that you can easily access with music. Sadness, anger, joy. And you're going to start doing that same movement to music with emotion. For example, let's just do squats. So normally I'm doing squats. It's very devoid of emotions. I'm locked in to my physical fitness. Now I want to take my physical body, put it onto music, and instead of treating it like exercise, I'm going to pair it with emotion. So start feeling angry with the song. I have certain songs that bring out anger versus love. And just maybe it changes the pace and the texture in which you do it. And you're starting to associate that movement and that feeling of love or delight, maybe just a little bit more buoyant, and it has more freedom. So you're taking a movement that is quite simple, something you do every day, and you're going to match it with emotions. And what this does is it starts to pair your physical experience, your physical body, with your emotional body. And you're now going to start being more in touch with that internal navigation system. And my third technique for amplifying your yuck yum system is to start with your existing likes or dislikes and amplifying them so much that they truly become yummy and yucky. So they truly become visceral and felt in the entire body. Now, what do I mean by like or dislikes? Like or dislike is what happens when our preferences and our desires get muted. For example, a little kid who loves and desires a candy, and they're in the candy store, they're like, I really want this, and they can taste it. They're like so excited for it. But mommy says, no, you can't have that candy. After a while, they start shutting down the desire. Instead of cultivating that desire, but waiting, like, oh, I really want that candy. I know I'm going to get it someday. I'm going to work hard, and just really savoring that desire. We start muting our desires. On the flip side, we've also shut down our dislikes in the service of being agreeable or not being so difficult. I really don't like sitting in the middle aisle, but I'm going to accommodate, shut that down. And depending on how much you have accommodated and how much you've had to shut down your dislike and like systems in the service of being in a community, or that's just how you were raised, that yuck and yum system becomes like and dislike. And after a while, you just become meh. And what I would love for you to do is start taking your likes and dislikes and start really magnifying that. So if you like pizza and you're eating pizza, I have this student who lives and dies by pizza, and we were working on embodiment in dance and through all the different personas at a retreat. We had the pizza and I had her just like smell it and breathe it and eat it and like just really enjoy it. And through the retreat, my students started to get in touch with movements. I use Latin ballroom archetypes, movements that really feel good in their body, ways they really want to express, and things that they're like, ugh, they're not for me. And by the end of the retreat, it was only 2 days, I had students when we were trying on outfits or trying on different types of movements, people were like, yes, that feels so good. And then they were all like, ugh. And they made a face because it was so fast, it was so visceral. And being in touch with your yuck and yum and having such visceral responses to simple likes and dislikes, so much so that you start to really delight in things that are joyful and really find nasty the things that are just gross to you. That starts making you enjoy life more because you feel the difference between things you don't want and the things that you do want. These are my 3 favorite ways to get your yuck yum system back online so that it can guide you towards what brings you joy. 1, pick a unused sense to really explore the yuck and yum in a visceral way. Smelling is number 1 for finding that visceral sensation. Number 2, take a perfunctory movement and start adding emotionality to your physical experience, to your physical body, and really try to map it on. If you use music, it's even more powerful. And number 3, in your daily life, as you encounter things that you like or don't like, take a moment to really heighten that feeling and to really heighten your desire or heighten your disgust for whatever it is that you are encountering. So much of what EHM is about is about being in touch with your internal navigation system, how you want to express, by tuning into how you want to feel. It's a lot like, hey, I've only been coloring in black and white. What other crayons are in the crayon box? If you're curious about what more you can feel and what more you can express, I have created just a quiz for that. It's called the Have I Met Her quiz, and I'll link it down below. It's going to tell you which color crayon, which emotion most wants to come out, and which emotion is sitting right there, and you're like, I desire that, but I don't know how to use that color or even pick it up or incorporate it into my painting. And your emotional landscape, the richness of it, is what EHM is about. Tuning into that and to be able to express it. So feel more, dance more, and I'll see you next time.